Talks over Iran's nuclear program are resuming in Vienna. It's the 8th round of discussions aimed at saving the 2015 agreement, which was meant to stop Tehran from developing nuclear weapons. The talks include Germany, Britain, France, Russia, and China, as well as Iran. Tehran has increased its enrichment of uranium and has restricted inspectors ever since former U.S. President Donald Trump pulled his country out of the deal in 2018. The current U.S. administration says it wants to return to the deal, but that's complicated by new demands by the Iranian government. As delicate diplomatic discussions resume in Vienna, DW went to the Iranian capital, Tehran, to ask ordinary people what it's like to live with the consequences of economic sanctions.
Hope is in short supply in this commercial district of Old Tehran. As the talks in far-off Vienna drag on, even the small items on offer here are getting more expensive by the day. Too expensive for many. Most people we meet don't dare to speak out about politics, and those who do are disillusioned.
If they don't reach agreement, then it will be young people like me who pay the price. The economy is in a shambles. There's no work, and even if you find a job, everything is so expensive. Even if they sign a deal, nothing much will happen. I don't think anything in the next year or two will have a positive impact on my life.
I think our president is not even interested in reaching an agreement. Rouhani wanted one, but didn't manage it. The new government is not even pursuing this. It won't work out successfully.
The foreign ministry leading the nuclear negotiations is just across the street. No representative wanted to speak to us. Priorities have shifted since Iran's new hardline government took over. Sanctions relief remains a pressing objective, but official willingness to cooperate with the West is at an all-time low, this political analyst at Tehran University tells us.
Everybody realizes that we are dealing with a country that's not reliable. It's called the United States. They left the agreement once. There's this American saying that you fooled me once, shame on you. If you fooled me twice, shame on me. So the Raisi administration, Mr. Raisi, other people around him, don't want to be fooled twice.
Many ordinary Iranians also feel duped, not only by the international community, but also by their own leaders.
The nuclear deal should be made when the basis of the Islamic Republic is corrected from the very foundation. When the people in charge have gone where they belong. As long as that doesn't happen, an agreement will not be reached. The people in charge think only about the benefits to themselves, not about the 85 million people living in this country.
And so Iranians are bracing for the worst. They know that no agreement is likely to mean more sanctions and even the possibility of a military confrontation, and that they'll be the ones paying the price.
For more on all this, I'm joined now by Cornelis Atabay. He is Associate Fellow at the Alfred von Oppenheim Center for European Policy Studies in Berlin. Welcome, sir. How crucial are these talks for Iran? There's clearly much at stake for the Iranian people.
Right, and we've just heard from the people in the country themselves. They are seriously worried that this is not going to be a success. There is little expectation also vis-à-vis the government. At the same time, this is the government they will have to live with for the next 3 years roundabout. So the expectation in Tehran is quite low. There is worry that the hardline government may drive this against the wall, and then with possible consequences ranging from more conflict to more sanctions. So there is much at stake for the people of Iran.
One aim of today's talks is clearly getting the United States back into the agreement. Why is the Biden administration reluctant to do so?
Well, there's two things to watch. The first is that the Iranians, in fact, don't want the Americans at the table. So this complicates things. The Iranians have said because the United States left the deal 3 years ago, they are not allowed to sit at the table and talk about a revival of an agreement that they already left. So that complicates things. The other matter is the United States itself, Washington. There is little appetite in Washington in favor of going back into this agreement, despite the fact that President Biden on the campaign trail said that he would want to re-enter the agreement. He has different priorities. He has social legislation to get through the Congress. He has a very small minority, and so he doesn't want to waste political capital so much on this, which is why they are very reluctant to give any guarantees what this the analyst asked for. They've already left the agreement once. The Iranians now want to be sure that they stick to it for a second time.
Right. Let's talk about Ali Khamenei for a moment, Iran's religious and military leader. What role is he playing in all this?
Well, he is the supreme authority inside the country, and he, years ago, he greenlit the nuclear deal. He said it's okay to be in the nuclear deal, but I don't trust the United States. And now he says, well, look, I told you so. We cannot trust the United States. So he is very careful in any moves. It appears, we can only say, it appears that he is also giving an okay to re-enter the talks, first of all, otherwise Iran wouldn't be there, and to conclude an agreement which is beneficial for Iran, basically, which means sanctions relief. The question is, how much is Iran willing to give in order to get to that sanctions relief? So anything that is decided in Vienna will have to be put to him, and then he will have to give his assent. He is also a frail man, so there is talk about his succession, which may additionally complicate the matter. But so far as he is around, he is the arbiter of all things political in Iran.
That's Cornelius Adaba. Many, many thanks, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.